Hey guys, it's Casey from Trivox, and today we'll be going over how to make your own VPN. In this video, we'll be using Open VPN, and for those who are new to Open VPN, it's an open source VPN protocol and software that's widely used in both commercial and the civilian market. It's highly configurable, but for the sake of this video, we're going to just keep it simple. We want to keep it a little beginner friendly. First thing we'd want to do is get a VPS, a virtual private server, and you don't necessarily need the best specs for a VPN. The one we'll be using has 2 virtual CPU cores and 4 gigabytes of RAM. You can get your own virtual private server at Trivox.sh and use the code OpenVPN for a 25% discount until July. If it's already past July, don't worry, you can still use the same code for 10% off, and it's for life. So next thing we'd want to do is download the OpenVPN client called OpenVPN Connect. This is a client application we would use in order to connect to our server. You could get this at openvpn.net/client, and depending on which OS you're using, I'm using Microsoft, so you could just click here by clicking the view button under these little squares. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to be downloading the .msi installer. And there we go, we have OpenVPN Connect open, and we're just gonna, put this out of the way for now. We don't really need it. Now, this is a beginner-friendly tutorial, so we don't want to painstakingly install packages or set up packages, etc. So we're gonna be using this GitHub repository made by Angriston. I hope I'm saying that right.
Angriston.
This project is a lifesaver when it comes to saving time and makes it so much easier to install, manage, and add users to your Open VPN server. So I highly recommend you support all the contributors on this GitHub repo. The link for this repository will be in the description, as well as any other instructions or info. So finally, let's get started. So we're using Mobile Xterm to connect to our server, and that's what I did here. And we're gonna just do apt update, just really quick. And I don't know why this is switching to this right here, but we can ignore that. And we're going to be using apt install curl in order to install curl. As soon as curl is installed, we're going to use it to install the script I mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to clear really quick. In this GitHub repo, we can just scroll all the way down, and there should be a command right here. And this is basically a guide on how to use this script, but for now, I'm just going to walk you guys through it. So we're just going to copy this. And it should have already downloaded the script, so I'm just going to go back here, and there it is right there, the .sh file. I'm going to run clear one more time just to clean everything up. And we're going to use chmod +x open VPN install.sh. This is so that we can turn this .sh file into an executable. And that's basically it. All we have to do is just do /open vpn-install.sh install. And this will install the Open VPN server with default settings. So we could just let this run, give it a couple minutes. And matter of fact, it only took like a couple of seconds, so that's awesome. And believe it or not, we're actually done here. And I just went back to my root folder, and there it is, client.ovpn. If you're in your root folder and you don't see this file, you can just click this refresh button and it should pop up right away. And this is going to be the file that we use to connect to our Open VPN server. So we're going to right click this and just click download. And I'm going to download it into my desktop. And there we go, we have our OVPN file and we have our client. So what do we do next? So as you guys can see here, this is my IP address, unchanged right now. So we're gonna open the OpenVPN client, and we're just gonna drag this file right into the client, import, and then we can connect. And there we go. I'm connected to my VPN, and I can just refresh. And my IP is changed. It is the same IP address as the one for my server. Now for this client file, you generally don't want to share this file to anyone else because it'll give them access to your VPN. So let's say I have a friend named Liam and I want to give him access to my server. Well, I highly advise you against giving him this file. So instead, we're going to walk you through how to create a password protected OVPN file for each person. So let's say I wanted to give access to my VPN to my friend Liam, and we could use this following command. So we do /openvpn-install, install.sh, client, add, and then Liam. And then we can also set a password by doing -- password, and then adding a password. So I'm gonna just set it to 123 just for the sake of this tutorial. And I don't know why it's doing this, but I'm gonna just go back to my root folder, refresh, and there we go. Liam has his own little file that you can use. So we're just gonna download that really quick. And then you can share this file right here to your friend Liam, or for my friend Liam. And what Liam would do if he had this file is to just drag it into the application and then just click connect. But it's going to ask for a password this time. So that's what makes it a little bit more secure. So I'm just going to add 123, and there we go. We're connected. Using this script, you can also keep track of how many users there are. So you can do this by doing the same command /openvpn-install.sh, client, then list. And then there we go. We have Liam, and we have me, client, the default client. And let's say I wanted to give Liam only 30 days to use the VPN. So we're just going to use the same /openvpn, client, renew, Liam, cert days, 30. And there you go. You have your own Open VPN server. If you want to go through the GitHub repository, feel free to. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't covered in this video. And, you know, there's a bunch of commands that come with it, like revoking people. It's all in there. It's a very useful and easy to use script. So if you just go over the documentation, you can basically figure out how to use it very simply. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We'll answer them immediately, if not as soon as possible. I hope you guys learned something and had fun. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.